I'm speaking with Cecile Veyard and Michael James Anderson. They were arrested in August of 2010 during a protest at a marriage counter in San Diego. Cecile and Michael, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just set the stage a little bit and tell me what exactly happened and where were you and what was going on in August of 2010.
Well, what happened was that August 19th of 2010 was the day that Judge Walker had designated for the marriage ban in California to be lifted. A few days after his decision on August 4th, that Proposition 8 was in fact unconstitutional and violated the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution. So we went in there to support couples who actually had appointments to be married that morning. None of those couples received a call that their appointments would be canceled or would not be honored due to a stay that was issued by the Ninth Circuit while the National Organization for Marriage appealed the decision, Judge Walker's decision.
So what happened when you showed up?
We were greeted when we entered the county clerk's building, the county administrative building. All of the doors to the different offices on the floor of the county clerk's office were blocked by a police officer or a public employee. And so when we went to the clerk's office to request our marriage licenses, the actual entrance to the place was blocked by police officers, denying us access to the county administration building rooms.
In fact, we weren't even able to talk to the clerk's desk.
How did that then eventually turn into the arrests that happened?
One of the things that happened is that the clerk at that time, the county clerk, was David Butler. He since has not been reelected. Told the group that was assembled, which was over 30 people in the hallway supporting these marriages, told us that he was going to check with his legal counsel about whether he could legally marry us. And he said that he would get back to us with an answer. He never returned. We were greeted by what looked like 50 San Diego Sheriff's deputies in full riot gear. We were peacefully protesting, exercising our First Amendment free speech rights. They got on the bullhorn, declared it an unlawful assembly, which it was not, and ended in arresting us, 9 of us.
And when we say sheriff's deputies dressed in riot cop gear, we're saying bulletproof vests, masks. They were armed with batons and tasers as if we were going to, attack them. Or somehow we were violently protesting when we were entirely peaceful, and there was no excuse to send in 50 riot cops to arrest a few peaceful protesters.
We ended up spending the entire day in jail. The women were sent to Las Colinas prison, which is in East County, San Diego. We were not released until close to 5 p.m. that day. It may even have been after 5 o'clock. I suspect that this was strategic on their part, that they were concerned that we would return to the county clerk's office to continue to demand marriage licenses for same-sex couples if they did release us before 5 o'clock.
When you were arrested, it was in August of 2010, and now you've got your trial coming up in March of 2012. Why was there such a delay?
We aren't sure. It actually took them 1 year to the date from when we were charged to from when we were arrested to officially charge us with the actual misdemeanors. We're not sure why it took so long.
What do you think will happen when you get that day in court?
On March 28th will be our first day of a jury trial for those of us who are still fighting the charges. And what our hope is that a 12-member jury will see the injustice.
All right. Well, Cecile Veyard and Michael James Anderson, thank you so much for joining us, and good luck with your case.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you very much for covering our story.